Hello everyone, welcome back to another Gate Ruler video. This is part 2 of going over all of the remaining cards from the set. This is going to be a big one. There was a lot more stuff left for Yomajin and Wonderverse than for Volnar and Atlas. If you haven't seen all the Volnar and Atlas cards, go check that video out, card in the top right hand corner. And while you're browsing around on my channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button and like this video as well. Support the channel, help the algorithm go brrr, so that would be appreciated. Anyway, let's get started. First, we've got Oni Dragon Magatsuhi. This is an apparition and a dragon, both very relevant traits. Storm of Magatsu. When this attacks, perform one of the following. Choose just one set card and destroy it, or choose one of your opponent's energy cards and rest it. This is a 6/6/2. Stats are really solid. Dragon trait, very relevant. Doing something on attack is really nice. These are good effects. I think this is pretty good. If you decided to go like yellow-red dragons, for example, I think this would be like a really solid inclusion. This is a nice pickup for Genesis summoning in those colours. And it's fairly generic. You can just play this. It's a good card. More set destruction is nice. And the utility of being able to rest your opponent's energy is also good. So yeah, I think this is overall a pretty good card. Next, we've got Keiten. Apparition, Earth, Darkness. Interesting. Lots of very relevant traits there as well. It's a overdrive effect though. This is a 5/3/2 on level 2, so the stats are pretty decent. Overdrive, Dance of Grief, cannot be attacked until the beginning of your next turn. That's quite a terrifying effect. Cannot be put to a defensive zone, of course, makes sense. So basically, this can only be dealt with by effect removal, so against some decks, they're not going to be able to do anything about this. Some decks will laugh at this and go, that was not worth playing. But I think the decks that this is strong against, it's really strong against. It's like a guaranteed clearing thing, which is really good. The downside, of course, is you need to be able to be sort of prepared to take the face damage you're going to be taking as a result of them just not being able to destroy this. Is it worth it? Probably. I want to test it out for sure. But I think it's interesting. The Earth is I think the main trait on here because I really don't see Darkness being too relevant on this at the moment. Obviously, in the future it could be. Next, we have got Daijin Slash. This is a technology. Level 1. Counter is to play this. Choose one enemy unit in a defensive zone or that has Defender and destroy it. This card is very good. So I think this will replace the level 1 unit that existed before, which was Overdrive to destroy a unit, and then the counter used the Overdrive. I think you'd rather use this because it has that versatility of destroying defenders as well. And yes, you don't get a body, but frankly, you were never really playing it for the body before. So I think this is just a better version of that. And yeah, I think it's very solid. If we see a meta emerge where there's just loads of big things in defensive, you're gonna just want to start playing red because, God, do they have a lot of tools to deal with the defensive zone things. Next, we've got Spirit of Old Trees. This is an apparition, level 2, 4/5/2, so pretty big stats. All your other apparitions get +1/+1. So this is really scary. If you ever got like 2 of these set up, that'd be like terrifying. I say really scary. It's another thing the apparition deck gets, but it's just like I still am not really seeing a reason to play apparition at the moment. I'm sure it'll come eventually. Right now, this is a good card. It's just like, it's one of those ones where it's not really doing enough for its cost. I would not... Conspiracy theory time. What I think might happen is we'll get an apparition like level 3 that chucks units into charges and it gets the effects of those unit in charges. Because there's a lot of these, like all your other apparition gets something, and I think that's going to be set up for a unit like that. We'll see if this ages well or poorly, but if I predicted that correctly, expect me to gloat about it considerably. Next, we've got Extra Dimensional Excavation Unit Jackal. This is a military. It is a 3/3/2, so the stats are pretty decent on level 1. And it has Fault Crusher. When it attacks a defensive zone, it gets +3 attack until the end of the turn. So this is a 6/3/2 for clearing center units, and it's a military, so I think this is pretty good. I know why it doesn't have the Robo trait. Kind of expect it to. Robo trait would be really nice on this, but I guess I can get why they didn't. Yeah, I think this is good. Again, we're seeing a lot of stuff to kind of combat if there's just going to be a load of defensive zone things, which we'll see how the meta evolves. But I think this is a pretty solid pick. Okay. Super Transporter Danny. This is a level 0, 050, military robo. Overdrive, look at the top card of your deck. You may set it if it can be set. If you don't set it, put it on the bottom of your deck. This is one of the best cards in the set. I will hear nothing else, okay? And I said this in my server, and people were like, what are you talking about? It's just Yobako. No. It's not just Yobako. It's Yobako with the military trait and the robo trait, and it has 5 HP. Lads, this is quite strong. This is quite busted. This is, 5 HP is that threshold HP of that's really annoying to deal with, and it should be less annoying to deal with in this set, but it's still annoying to deal with. You get that on level 0, it can gain you advantage, and it's a robo, so when your opponent inevitably chucks 2 attacks into it, you just go, alright, emergency combination, and your opponent goes, bang. This card is nuts. Next, we've got Capital Defense. Very interesting card. This is a level 1 event military. Counter. Look at the top card of your deck. You may set it if it can be set. If you do not set it, put it on the bottom of your deck. So the Yobako effect. Interesting. Use timing is normal. Cards in your set zones and your field zone cannot be destroyed until the end of the turn. So a very interesting effect here. This, I am waiting for us to get a deck that's just all sets. I don't think it's going to be viable in set 2. Probably worth giving a try. I don't think, I understand there's a lot of standby cards as well that will help that for sure. I don't know, maybe it'll be really good. But this will definitely be essential to some sort of super defensive set-based deck. But yeah, I want to try it out. I think it could be interesting. Next, we've got Marriage Tie. This is a malediction. It's a level 0 event with counter. Use time. The counter is to play this. Use time is normal. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and return them back in any order. That is potentially very strong. Potentially total garbage. This is one I really do want to try out. I'm not... So obviously, if you can stack it so that you... Well, okay, one, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, so you know what's coming. So you can play with that in mind. And that alone might be worth playing this, because it, just knowing what those 3 cards are, that's going to inform you on at least one attack on your opponent's turn, like how you should take it. And potentially, you see, oh, there's a Zap as my 3rd card. So I can put the Zap on the top of the deck. I know I'm getting that first. And I can play my turn with that in mind. I know I'm going to get a Zap, so I only have to do this. That could be really good. Now, is that worth the counter spot? Maybe. I think it's worth trying. Certainly, I think this is probably worth playing in the Highlander decks. That's probably quite a good place you want to be playing these. But in other decks, I don't know. Have to try it out. Evil Spirit Defeated. This is a malediction, and a magic counter is to send this to the graveyard, and it's a level 0. So, it's probably quite good. And it is immediate. Next damage you or an ally unit would take becomes 0. So this is a level 0 version of the level 1 event that we had in set 1. And the trade-off, of course, being that you have to sacrifice counter spots. Is it worth it? Probably. Depends on your counter space availability, really. But definitely in Knight decks, this seems a hell of a lot better. Obviously, Wizard is just laughing and is just going to use the original one to free up their counter spots. So I do think there's a place for this. The main place, I just think it's a really good Highlander card. I just think it's a really good Legion card. I just, look, man, Highlander Legion gang. These are the movements we've been making. Right, next we've got, I believe, our final Yomajin card. Am I looking like a clown? It is our final Yomajin card. God Dragon Activation. This is a level 0 malediction. Use timing. Set and use when your dragon-type battle weapon attacks and becomes arrested. Activate that unit. This is a fucking cool card. Getting that and being able to just keep restanding those very powerful dragon-type battle weapons, who all have an on-attack thing, by the way, is scary. I mean, I think this is very good. It's going to come down to, how consistently can you ensure you're getting it all set up. And, I suppose you'd probably be running Genesis Summon stuff to make sure you're getting out your Dragon-type battle weapons. Is it worth all the effort? Personally, I feel like Daijinki's probably just easier and better. But hey, I think in the future, because we know there's going to be more Dragon-type battle weapons this will get more and more valuable. So I think this is a very cool card for sure. And if you ever see this, you will instantly hate your opponent. Like that's 100% sure. So that's all the Imagine front cards, and they're great. But on to my personal favourite faction, Wonderverse. And we got some love in Wonderverse, let me tell you. Let's start with the Crime Nauts. The final 4-star, Creepy Adorable Core Commander Jenny Baby. This is a Crime Nauts level 2 with counter. I don't really like seeing the counter there because this counter space is already kind of tight, but it is what it is. The counter is to choose one level 1 or lower Crime Nauts from your graveyard and special summon it to an attacking zone. Destroy it at the end of the turn. So that's interesting. Generally, this is going to be useful if you have things with an on-play, or if you have a Malevolous Prime on your field, because obviously if it's destroyed, it'll just go straight into the soul of the Malevolous Prime, so it fuels that. It's a reasonably good counter effect. The effect is Rejoice. When this enters the field, choose one level 1 or lower Crime Nauts from your graveyard and special summon it. And that's a very good effect. Again, bringing back a Badman's is nuts. There are other cards we will discuss very shortly that are very good with this. So yeah, I think this is a good card. I'm a big fan. Here is one of those cards. This is Creepy Adorable Core Bearholder. This is a Crime Nauts and a Beast. I've bare seen this. This pun works a hell of a lot better in Japanese. It's what, Mitanakune or something? No, Mitanakuma. Mitanakuma. It works better in Japanese. It doesn't really make sense in English. But anyway, when special summoned from the graveyard, choose one of your opponent's set cards and destroy it. So you can see why this is valuable. Bring this back with Jenny Baby. It's got 4 attack, big clearing power. Pop one of your opponent's sets. Very valuable. This is going to be a staple in Crime Nauts, I reckon. Yeah. Space Phantom Flatwood. This is a beast in the Pepoverse, so again, more Pepoverse support there. Overdrive, Captivating Wonder Party, top charge the top card of your deck, and it gets Charge Shield. So this is a 5/2/1 for level 2. It's pretty good. It's like pretty good. It's aight. I just think why you could play this, and that charge is nice, but maybe it's worth it in Pepoverse, but outside of that, I really don't see this as being generically useful. I see it being nice because with Pepoverse, the Martians, your absolute ridiculous broken card, you need to ensure that you have loads of those on field. So this is one of those ones that's going to stick around. Probably it's very sticky. Your opponent has to commit a lot of resources into removing this. So there's that. Potentially there's use there, but it's aight. Space Elf Chloe. This is a warrior and a Future Men. Very relevant. Remember, 4 Future Men is a broken card. This is a level 1 with Overdrive. It's a 2/4/1, so 4 HP. Pretty annoying there. It gets double attack until the end of the turn. So that's nice. A little bit of versatility there. It's, I think, this will be synergistic because you drop this, it has double attack, you can use it to try and clear a few things, clear something and then swing face a little bit. And then on your next turn you can play 4 Future Mens over this. If it survives, it probably will, 4 HP, it's not, and it's sort of done its work, so it won't be super valuable for your opponent to remove. So I think that's nice enough. It'll probably be played in that deck, but we'll have to see. It's a warrior, which is nice as well, giving you access to another one of another Genesis summon tool there. Shocking Pepomax. So this is a Crime Nauts level 2 event. Counter this to choose one level 1 or lower Crime Nauts unit from your graveyard and special summon it to an attacking zone. So again, lots of revival there. The use timing is normal, and you choose one level 2 or lower Crime Nauts from your graveyard and special summon it. Now, worth saying that the Rejoice on Jenny Baby, I just had to double check that, it's not an overdrive, it just happens. So if you revive Jenny Baby with Shocking Pepomax, you can then revive something else. So this can just make your ward from nothing, which alone in Apprentice just kind of makes it worth playing. I think this is very solid. Again, you're just this is just kind of a free value card. It's just developing your board. I feel like with Crime Nauts, you're just kind of always going to have a board now. And this will be really annoying. If you can stack a Malevolous Prime and just keep it alive, your opponent's going to have a bad time. Next, you've got 7 trump cards. This is a very powerful card. This is a Psychic. Use timing set and use at any moment if your life is 3 or less. Drive 1. So, of course, this is very powerful, letting you do more things on the turn. If you see these earlier, set a couple up, and then you can have an explosive, a drive 4 turn. That would be nuts. But, of course, the restriction's very heavy, so How good will this be? Probably not super good at the moment, but we'll give it a go, that's for sure. Space Tutankhamun, this is an apparition, cloth Pepperverse, level 2, overdrive and counter. Counter is to use this card's overdrive. The overdrive, if you have Space Sphinx, Space Skeleton, and Galaxy Itan Momen in your damage zone, choose one of them and special summon it. So that's a very powerful effect. You're healing out and you're also developing your board. Space Skeleton would definitely be the one you want to bring out with this. I'll talk about that in a moment. Itan Momen's alright, but Space Sphinx, they're all pretty good actually. Like this is really good as well, and stats-wise, it's a 5/4/3. That's like damn near vanilla stats, so like it's kind of worth playing. This will definitely be a Pepperverse thing for the deck. Like this is a very nice tool for Pepperverse to get access to, and I think it's definitely going to make the deck a lot more viable. But outside of that, I think it's a very clear combo card that you need to play the other kind of less good cards that you'd only really be playing in a Pepperverse deck anyway. But in that deck, it's pretty good. Creepy Adorable Core Gentle Shark. This is a Crime Naught Shark Beast, level 1 4/4/2, so straight vanilla, but it's a level 1 crime naught you can revive with lots of stuff, so it's worth playing for that reason, most likely. Creepy Adorable Core Kill-Minded Unicorn. This is a level 1 crime naught beast, 5/2/1, so good clearing power. Killer-Minded Maximum. When this special summon from the graveyard, choose one level 0 enemy unit and destroy it, so you'll probably be playing this at a couple copies, just to remove annoying level 0 things that your opponent has. I think this is good, but yeah, obviously very niche use only in crime naughts. Less, like at least with the vanilla, like it's a vanilla, so you can play that in other stuff like Highlander. But yeah. Next, we've got Space Skeleton. So this is the one I mentioned before. This is a level 1 apparition Pepperverse Futureman. Futureman's quite a nice trait there. It's a 5/2/2, so it's just a vanilla, big clearing power, but this is like probably one of the better ones. Yeah, Galaxy Down Woman's probably the worst. Next, you've got Horrorcore Regular Soldier. This is a crime naught, level 0, 2/3/1. If your opponent has 1 or less cards in hand, this gets +3 attack, so it becomes a Joe with more health, which is pretty good. Yeah, basically, against Drive Rulers, this is super strong. Against anything else, it's meh. Horrorcore is very much like the against Drive Rulers Migo Burr. But definitely, like, Discard is going to be very valuable against things like Alice, for example. If Alice starts taking over the meta, I can see Crime Naughts coming in a big way, just through their effect removal and the fact that they can discard cards from hand, which Alice will just hate to see. Next, you've got Martian Orc. This is a vanilla 2/2/2 Warrior Beast Pepperverse. So very good traits, and it's a 2/2/2 level 0. And those are all really good to have access to. So yeah, good card. Akudaman Cross Blaster. This better be a Beat'em reference. Like, this better be a Beat'em reference. I'm pretty sure it is. It looks like exactly like it. The use timing is immediate, and you choose 1 enemy unit and deal 3 damage to it on a level 1 event, so that's good. This doesn't have counter, like the previous one of those we had, so I think this is more likely to see play, just being able to go, boop, you're gone. This is, I think, much better in, like, blue-pink burn decks, or like effect burn decks, because you can buff it with Guns and Gold Armory, and you play this with Wizard, and you're basically always going to have that energy, and being able to just like ping 4 is quite nice. So I think this is a pretty good card. Solid removal. Next, we've got Nirvana, and this is definitely a card that's going to piss a lot of opponents off. This is a history, use timing, set and use at any moment during your opponent's turn. You may exchange positions of all your units. It doesn't trigger when it enters the field abilities. So I think this is a card you're going to have to keep in mind, like, always against Wonderverse, because, that you attack lanes, you don't attack units. So your opponent can just completely screw your entire turn if they just flip this at an inopportune moment for you. I think this is a card you're going to have to be very aware of. It's not super strong, but it's like strong enough that if you have it, basically if you're not prepared for it, it can just win the game for the opponent. So you need to be prepared for it, is sort of what I think. The final card is another ridiculous card. Super very bad. This is the Crime Naughts. Use timing, set and use when you are dealt damage. Play rock, paper, scissors. If you win, that damage becomes 0. So, okay, if you win, you pass. And you deal 1 damage to your opponent. So, if you win, this is strictly better than all of the other reduced to 0s. If you lose, reduce the damage by 2. This becomes a flying shield. So, if you lose, it's a flying shield, which is still a very, very useful defensive tool. Granted, you can only use it on yourself. If you win, you reduce the damage to 0, and you burn your opponent for 1. 4, please. This is amazing. Look, maybe I'm overhyping it, but I feel like you play 4 of this. At least 2 of this in like basically every Wonderverse deck. It's really strong. Like if you're playing things that reduce damage to you to 0, I would play this just for the RNG chance that hey, maybe I'll get a burn off. And if I don't, like fine, like I'll, just use it on a attack for 2 or something. Like, or you don't even need to do that. Just use it on whatever. This is a good call. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more gateway content. Over the next 2 days, I'm going to be putting up the videos that I'll be discussing the starter decks, so the zombie starter deck and the dragon starter deck. The remaining cards are there. Those are coming over the next couple of days, so look forward to those. Make sure you watch those videos because I'll be announcing my live stream schedule for this weekend. We're going to be building decks, testing decks, doing lots of stuff. It'll be a good time, so please come through. Twitch.tv/AiboYT. Go follow me there. Links in the description. Go do that. Get me to 50 followers, please. Affiliate would be poggers. And yeah, I'll see you guys there. If you want to pick up Gateway or use my affiliate links, please also. I'm very needing of money. See you guys in tomorrow's video. Cheers.